Evening, guys. Welcome to HOR Season 13. We are around 10 for the British Grand Prix. Short qualium, 50% of 26 laps. Oh, I'm joined by Rob this evening. Evening, Rob.
Evening.
How are you, Rob?
Thanks.
Good, mate. Adam is doing other things, so Rob has decided to join me for this evening, and it should be a good race, I think, with how some of the others have gone this season. Jensen's been on the podium every week, so...
Well, I think it's about time to let somebody else have a go.
Yeah, he should really, shouldn't he? Pepin's been probably the most surprising driver this season. He's had some great results. But everyone else has had some pace. Chris isn't here tonight, I don't think.
No, he's not.
No. Eugene, I think, had some good pace around Monaco 3 weeks ago before the break. Macho's always quick, so name changes there. But we don't have Tom at the moment. He actually won
Which is
last week.
Jensen's closest challenger, is he not?
I think so.
Just trying to get up the league standings now. There we go.
It's all right, David. He was ahead. He was on a podium on Monday with some of these drivers, and he wants a bit of respect.
Well done, David Friend. You were very good on Monday. We did just ought to run down table. So Jensen's first on 191, Tom second 119, but missing tonight. So that's going to not helping. Pepin's third on 91, name changer 82, then Rage, Keke, Macho, Cameron, who's no longer with us, Sean, Larry, Nick, 0, Eugene, Smalley, who's missing tonight, I believe, due to what happened at Austria, then Jack, new Nick, because he's got to be new, Pelly, Extremists, Simon, I think, without getting into reserves, because there's 34 names on this list, so I'm going to call it a done at there. Constructors, McLaren are first 221, Aston Martin are second 171, with Red Bull behind them on 141, all ending in 1, that's weird. Ferrari 128, Haas 101, Williams 97, Mercedes 91, Alfa Romeo 87, Alfa Tauri 60, and Alpine on 31.
Thanks, Rob. There are quite a few. Yeah, Simon's been quite quick though as a reserve.
David wants me to explain the point system. If you finish the race, you get some. There you go. That's my rundown of that for you.
Well, if they all finish, 2 of them won't.
But they won't all finish. And well, did they do 15? They used to do 20 in this league. They've changed things.
15. He wants. He wants it. Where is it? Right, so pole gets a point, David. Fastest lap gets a point. Driver of the day from the comms gets a point. Driver of the day from the game does not get a point this season.
How many points do we get for doing this?
Probably none.
That sounds like a bit of a scam.
25 is first, second is 20, third is 16, fourth is 13, 5 is 11, 6 is 10, and so on. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down to 15th place. I've got 17 though, which is pretty decent.
I'm guessing we're just waiting for somebody else to come along and join us, which is why we haven't started as yet.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's Britain, it's bound to rain, that'll make it fun. Fun for the fact that I don't have to drive it in the wet.
It's a brilliant comment.
If I get pole at Silverstone but finish 12th at Austria but attack someone in Portugal, can I win a title? Yes, the fastest man to move between 3 European countries, I think, would be only title you win for that one.
I think we're just waiting on one and then we're going to go, even though someone's just left.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was 17. Now it's 16.
Yeah, there was.
Pole. I can see Jensen getting it. I mean, there are a few others who possibly could. Maybe Eugene. Macho name changer. Clark, he had a very good... Was he pole here on Monday?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah,
it
a
was.
Good time. It was,
He was pole quite significantly, but then Rage did really well in race and kept up with him and won on a penalty, I think? Maybe, I don't know. I was too busy messing about in midfield to know who was winning and losing. It was of little consequence to me. Oh, we're 17.
Yeah, Troy Ray is here. Or Troy will do. CPI, another CPI driver. There's quite a few, or there have been quite a few that have come in here. Zaro's one of them. Eugene's another. I think Tom might be
Looks
as well.
like.
No, Tom's different.
Are we readying up now?
Getting there anyway. We haven't seen any rain yet around here.
Chances are we will tonight.
Might make it a bit more interesting. Jensen did well actually last week. He struggled with his first 2 runs in quali and then nailed his last one. So
Sandbagging.
Just letting others hope.
Yeah, that's all they were doing. He was just giving everybody else hope.
To be fair, he finished 3rd.
Washed.
Yeah. Jerry's in as well.
I'm not going to lie, a lot of these names are new to me.
The stream hasn't broken, David friend. Sean Larry's here as well. Good luck tonight, buddy.
And now George is in, so we're up to 19. Oh, nice.
Oh, George is back. There you go. Where are they there?
Although he's on mine, now he's fully joined it. We're still
going
spinning.
soon,
It looks like
David?
we're going.
People are readying up. David can't wait for this. He's excited.
What he's waiting for to happen is me to mess up the first corner name that I try to. It's exactly what he's waiting for. And then to tell me that I don't know wheel and I should stop doing what I'm doing.
Brilliant. Well, it will always be turn something to me rather than a name, so it's easier. You can go through the first lap if you want.
Yes, I'll do the first lap and give you some corner names and some actual information. You can just go, there's tyres on the road and it's sunny.
Where was that? Was that last? It was last
I can't remember where that was. We
before.
went something about it being warm and the tyres getting hot. So I was like,
I think
well,
that was Brazil.
That's what the sun does. It makes things warm.
So funny. Only waiting for a couple to ready up. Brilliant. There we go. Quali looks dry anyway.
I thought it looked wet at first, but then I realised it was just really bad graphics and my screen were glitching.
We'll go to Jensen and see if he's the first one who comes out. He usually comes out quite quickly. Might rain mid-quali anyway.
It does look a little bit cloudy in pit lane. We've got a Willie, we've got a McLaren, a Mercedes, and a Red Bull. Is Jensen the first one? Yes, he is.
0.5.
I really do wish they'd fix these camera angles. I was looking at a fence then, and not a car.
Some of them aren't great, are they?
No, horrendous. I'll probably have to just do it on board. It's just easier.
That's fine. The audio's checked, so that's all good, and we're fine. Yeah, Jensen will be a first on the lap. I will go to him. You can lead us round for his first lap.
Marvellous. I'll go on board with him when he gets here. He has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Jesus, everybody's nearly on track. That Merc might want to drop back a bit. Is that Macho behind him? Yeah, he's a little bit close if Jensen has any sort of moment on his lap. And then the Red Bull and the Williams, maybe. Oh, it would be an Alpine, actually. It's George.
Macho might want to toe off Jensen.
It's a risky thing to do, though, to be honest, when you're that close. Because if he has a moment into turn 1 or 2, you could be getting collected quite quickly. So here we go, first lap of the session. Nice and wide out of Vale and Club onto what is now the Hamilton straight. Up into the quick right-hander, nicely on the inside, lets the car run out to the exit as we go up into Abbey and Farm and then into the loop. Yeah, using all the road there. This is a horrible little corner, really difficult to get on traction if you're not careful. It can run wide and he nearly does but gets away with it. As he'll go on to the Wellington straight, heading down towards Brooklands, and that looks a reasonably good first sector. It looked nicely under control. There, Brooklands a little bit wide on the entry, but it'll then line him up nicely into Luffield and into Woodcote. Back onto what is the old pit straight, which is now called the International Pit Straight, 'cause it is still used for some support events. And then up into the famous Cops Corner where Max ended up somewhere over there in a crowd at one point in his life, nicely within track limits, so that won't get invalidated there. Into one of the best parts of a Formula 1 track on the calendar, Maggots Beckett's. Ooh, yeah, a little slight lift in the middle, but yeah, that looks nice and hooked up on the outside through Chapel. And the Hanger Straight, where once an Irishman decided to run out and protest and nearly kill himself down into Stowe. He hung on to that. Oh, is he going to wide yet? Oh, he's got away with it. It was well off track. That should have been an invalidated lap as we go into the final two corners. A little bit wide, but yeah, that'll be fine. And we're going to have the first lap of a 1:27 dead. Oh, and Macho straight behind him also 1:27 dead, but slightly slower.
A lot of words through that. That was good effort, that. I'm trying to find someone who's...
Clark is invalidated on his lap. What?
This game, why? Still.
This game should just cycle down in cameras for the orders that people's on track when nobody's done a lap.
It should do.
Sev stopped in sector 1, so he's abandoned his lap.
Liam did a 1:28.7. Zayro did a 1:28.4. Jerry's done a 1:27.1. Nick's done a 1:52.2.
A lot of people mid-lap.
Well, Jack's done a good time. 10th off of the pole guys, 1:27.1. There's Clarkey on an invalidation run.
Pelly's on a lap coming to the final two corners. Looks nice and hooked up for the second McLaren. He's going to be a little bit behind. I think he must have had a moment somewhere because he's going to be a 1:28.6.
It puts him, it's 1 point...
Oh, Eugene, 1:26.9.
Who else has just gone in there? Pepin's done a 1:27.7.
Rage has done a 27-second first sector. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead that he's going to hope to get out of the way after Cops, probably.
George just invalidated his lap. He's going to go in the pit.
Rage up to Cops, nice and wide on the exit and entry. That was nicely done. Into Maggots and Beckett. See where his second sector split is. Easy for me to say. That looked nice and hooked up through Maggots and Beckett's. Yeah, nice out onto the hanger straight. Oh, he stays more left. He went directly left. Jensen hung further right there and let the car drift across more naturally than that. See what it does into Stowe's name changer goes on provisional pole by 4 thousandths of a second. Rage nicely on track limits into Stowe. Final 2 corners. That looks nice and smooth. Yeah, he just needs to get on the power as early as he can, and this should be a reasonable time in the mid to late 27s, I think. Yeah, 27.8. So we've got less than 2 tenths covering 6 cars right now.
Yeah, the front 6 have got a big gap though. Who's just gone in there?
Yeah.
Troy's just done a 127.0 as well.
And Sev, I'm going to call him because he's just easier than trying to say all that, is coming into Maggots and Beckett's now on his lap.
Now.
Yeah, he's just gone through Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel as well onto the hanger straight. Car ahead on a cool down lap, but he's keeping nice out of the way, so that won't be an issue as we enter into Stowe, where Schumacher had that horrendous accident all them years ago and broke his legs. Final 2 corners, these can be tricky again on traction. You've got to be really gentle first part of it, and now you want to be feeding full throttle on. Yeah, that looked nice through there. This should be a decent time, 127.5.
Puts him 8th.
Yeah.
He's in that gap after those front 7.
Yeah, it's becoming, the sort of 8th down are going to need to find some time quite quickly. Sean Larry on a lap.
Yeah, he's just started
Yes, he
one.
is, just gone, started his lap, yep, into sector 1. Looks like the weather is holding pretty fair for now. There's a few clouds around. It doesn't look like it's going to get anything major by the end of this session, as he looks like he's navigated sector 1 pretty well, to be honest. No major moments in the middle of that, and it's a 27.3 for sector 1. Oh, he's missed the entry to Brooklands. Yeah, that's going to lose him a bit of time. That's more the Hamilton line through Woodcote as to take it more of a V than a U, which can give you a lot of speed onto the old pit straight. Now see how he takes cops. A lot have been running wide onto that outside curb yet, and then throw it in, hope it sticks. Yep, that's nice there. And then this is where you've just got to pray that your setup's good and it sticks every time. He's taking it only in 8th gear. Oh, he dropped 2 gears in the middle, dropped 3 gears actually, yeah, but he's held that quite nicely through there. And 103 for his middle sector.
That's not bad.
He has got a car ahead, but it looks like they are going to get out of the way as he goes through Stowe. A little bit understeery, but it's good enough. I think this is going to be into the 27s as well, looking at it. No, it's going to be a little bit down, actually. Yeah, it is. Oh, 26.8. Wow, pole. Wow.
Pole. By a 10th as well.
So literally, we've now got 8 cars covered by less than 3 tenths of a second. Now, will people do 3 runs here or 2? It's quite a long lap to be getting in 3 runs.
Well, Jensen's already on his second lap,
and he's a 10th up. But that would, believe it or not, that the amount he's gained isn't enough for pole right now. It'll still leave him half a tenth short.
Is Pelly on a lap in front of him as well?
I'm not sure. Let's see, Jensen's second sector split. He's now nearly up by 1.5 tenths. Still not enough for pole. He needs to find another couple of hundredths. His teammate's actually gone off ahead of him at Stowe, so is that going to distract him on the exit? No, he's okay because Pelly stayed well off the road. Final 2 corners, if he can navigate these, this might be a new pole lap depending. Yeah, he's on the power. Yeah, this is going to be pole. Is it? He just, wow, 600ths of a second.
That's the front 8 now as well, within those 3 tenths. The guys behind, they're not. Oh, right, that's an out lap.
Yeah, in lap. Pepin is on a lap, I believe. Yes, he is. So what's he showing?
Mine says
oh no, he's 2.5.
2
minutes 50. Yeah, he's not on a lap. He's just coming onto a lap then. I'm guessing he's the only person right now that is. Nick is not on a lap. Zero is on a lap, just about to finish. See how much he's going to improve by to a 27.8.
Put him 11th. Nick's just about to finish his lap. Or just start one.
Extremist just started a lap as well, but is Nick ahead of him on the road? Yes, he is. So I'm on with Nick at the minute. He's partway through sector 1. Oh, he's had a big snap in the loop. That's going to have lost him a fair bit of time. That probably half a second at least. Trying to recover that. Yeah, he's a 10th down on himself.
Flag. Is that Pelly? Yeah, Pelly.
Yeah, that's Pelly.
Pelly's
Yeah,
just stuck.
Exit of Maggots and Beckett's.
Liam did a lap there,
Nick's
but
wide.
he wide.
Oh, he's held on to it pretty well though, but I think he's going to know with him quite a bit more time in his lap with what he's done so far. He might abandon this, you know, and just go straight back to pit lane if he feels. Yeah, he's
he's
gone.
gone.
Oh, big, good save.
There was a good
That's
save.
well held.
He's coming into the end of their lap.
Extremist has just gone past
Pepin's
Nick.
4 tenths up. That'll put him. I'll only move him up one place, but it'll be within that bracket of 3 tenths for the front guys. 127.1.
Extremist isn't on a lap because he's invalidated. He's 3 seconds down. Rage is on a lap and quarter of a second up, but he needs to find a little bit more if he's going to get into that sort of top 10.
Jack's just invalidated.
Oh, Rage is off track and that's invalidated.
As well.
Yeah, run wide at Cops. Nick isn't on a lap. New Nick is on a lap and he's 32 seconds up. This is impressive.
Name changer is 2 tenths up. He might put this on pole if he can finish off this lap. 126.6.
Yes, he does. Wow.
3.5, almost 4 tenths.
I'll just see out New Nick's lap as he enters into the last 2 corners. Looks nice and settled. He's not going to be challenging for the top guys, but can he get into the 27s? Yeah, 27.6.
There's not actually that big of a gap from from 12th down now either. It's only 3 tenths, pretty much down.
George is just coming to finish his first lap as well because he's not got one on the board yet. This is where he's going to put himself.
103.3.
Final 2 corners again. This is going to be the 20. Oh no, he's lost it. Final corner. Yeah, that corner and traction isn't nice, but actually he can get a time on the board. That will still count. It's a 1:30.
He's got some time in that lap.
Just a little bit, because since he went off that line backwards.
His name changes. No, he's going on to a lap.
I'm not sure if Rage is on a lap or is this a slow down lap. He might be pushing the addition.
Troy's done a 126.9 there. Flicked in front of Eugene. They're so very close. These.
Rage is off the track. Rage is invalidated at Cops again. Same place, same part of the curb.
Invalidated lap.
Main change is coming in. Troy's not on a lap. Rooty's not on a lap. Sev maybe on a lap. I think Sev may be on a lap. But he's going to run wide at Cops and he's invalidated. Is Nick on a lap? New Nick? No. I think at the minute we're in that last few minute lull before everybody goes out for the final runs by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think we are. I don't think George is on a lap. No, he's 4.5 seconds up.
So if Jensen's going to pull pole out of the bag here, he's got to find a good quarter of a second in case name changer's got anything more in him.
He might have another little bit of a little tenth in him somewhere.
And Jensen's actually already out on track.
There's a lot of people around him as well who have got similar time, so...
Zero will be first person to do his final run. He's coming up to the end of sector 2 now.
Yeah, I'm on with him now.
Then it'll be Jensen and then it'll be the other Ferrari.
John Larry, that was a very good lap from him. He's only done 1 lap as well, so he's saved a pair of softs for the race. Clarkey in 3rd though, that's a good lap from him.
Oh no, yeah, Zero is going to go into lap. I thought we were going to end at pit lane then. So here we go for what will be Zero's final attempt in qualifying, I think.
He needs to find about one second if he wants to try and get in that front group.
Yeah, but I think that's a lot to ask unless he's had a big moment somewhere. First 2 corners look nice. Into the loop is a little bit wide, but it should give him straighten him up quite nicely onto the Wellington straight, sorry.
Might
See
get
what his first sector split is.
a bit of a toe off his teammate here as well.
He's literally nailed his first sector, same as he did last time. So unless the time he's got is later in the lap, he's not really gaining anything right now. He's a little bit tight in Luffield, in the inside curb. Cops has caught a few people out. I've seen a couple of spins already, but he's nailed that beautifully, actually. Jensen may have backed out of his lap behind because he's in a group of about 4 cars all of a sudden as Zero gets towards the end of his second sector, and he is only a couple of tenths up, but that's not going to move him anywhere right now. He needs to find at least another 4 or 5 tenths in final sector if he can.
Thing is, his lap hasn't looked that bad, so
No, it's looked a really good lap, to be fair.
He might have most of the time in this last sector.
And he's hit that last. Yeah. And he hit the first part of that beautifully, but he just then overran it into the second part. But what's he gained? Just a tenth in the end.
Oh.
Jensen should have been next, but Jensen backed out of his lap. So the second Ferrari, I think, Sean Larry's on his lap, is the next person, I think. Sev's decided enough's enough. He's going to call it a day in 13th. Well, Sean Larry's first sector split is basically dead on what he did first time round, so he's going to need to find a couple of tenths throughout the rest of his lap. There's a lot of cars in sector 3. That's going to get chaotic for people to try and find a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't even count them. There's about 40.
It's going to be hard coming to the end of the lap for us.
Yeah. I'm just going to try and do this one at a time. I think the Aston Martin is the next car behind him.
Pelly's been disqualified.
For pointing the wrong way in the pit lane by the looks of it, which is interesting.
Nick's
illegal blocking. Sean Larry hasn't gained anything in sector 2, so if he's going to find anything, he's got to do it all in the next 3 corners. Into Stowe. Yeah, that nice and tight to the apex. Final 2 corners. Entry looks good. It's this mid-corner part that you've got to get right down on the power. Yeah, that looks... Oh, no. Again, that outside curb, if you're not careful, it's just going to snap. Jensen is down into sector 2.
Is that Macho in front of him? No, it's behind. In fact, Rue Gillett's just had a crash in front of him.
Jensen, what's he like through? No, Jensen's not gaining any time at all.
Jerry's gone quickest at the moment, 126.5.
It's a great lap, and Jensen isn't going to do this, I don't think.
He's a tenth and a half up, down, I think.
Yeah, he's going to have to... Yeah, I don't think he's going to do this, you know. I don't even think he's going to improve unless he's found a lot in the final sector. And he did improve ever so slightly, but not enough to take him up a position. Clark is invalidated, so he's done. Troy may be the next person to finish.
Troy's on a... He's got the same times through sectors 1 and 2.
There's a Red Bull in sector in the final corner, but I've not seen any of that lap. And yeah, it was Liam. He's gone up to 6th.
126.8.
Troy's abandoned his lap. Oh no, that was. Yeah, that was a thing. Anyway, moving on, and I think that is kind of qualifying done, to be honest. I don't think anybody's going to do any more than that.
No, I think that was it. So someone's got a grid penalty here. Pelly's been pushed to the back. I don't think George got a very decent enough lap in. A 130, there's probably a lot of time in there for him. Jensen, he'll have to do something in the race if he wants to continue his podium run of the entire season so far. He finds himself in 4th on the second row. Clarkey does have good starts as well, I know. And he is a pain in the arse to try and overtake, so it's going to be interesting to see. Pepin's 11th. He's had a podium. He's had quite a few podiums this season as well. Let's see how they get on anyway. So Jerry will be first, Macho second, Name Changers third, Jensen 4th, Clarkey 5th, Liam 6th, Sean Larry 7th, Troy is 8th, Eugene is 9th, Jack is 10th, Pepin's 11th, Ruti is 12th, Mr. Rage is 13th, Sev is 14th, Newnick's 15th, Zero is 16th, Nick is 17th, The Extremist 18th, George is 19th, and Pelly will start 20th.
But New Nick will start 19th because he's got a 5-place grid penalty for blocking, apparently.
I thought they would have added it on already.
Has it already done it right? Fair enough.
It may have. It's a good question, actually.
Probably has. You could be right there. Oh, it's nice and sunny. It looks like there won't be any rain for another race at Silverstone.
Yeah, it does look sunny, so hopefully we're going to have a full dry race for these guys. We'll see if Nick has moved at all. I would have thought the game would have been able to work that out.
Don't ever assume this game can do anything, Paul.
It's got a new engine though, hasn't it? Not next game, the game after.
Rumoured to be, but there's nothing confirmed. Keep saying they might do it when they drop support for last-gen consoles, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. See, bear in mind that the tagline for next year's game is a fresh start, but yeah, okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, PS4, it won't be compatible, will it? But then with crossplay, technically, isn't that?
No, because they won't make the game for PS4 next year. It won't be a thing, so it won't even exist. It'll just be crossplay against PC and Series X and S.
And we're off. Or we will be soon. I might as well check that. And there is a formation lap. So Nick, where is Nick? No, Nick is starting last. It didn't actually do his brilliant. That's funny. It didn't do his penalty grid place.
I
So
didn't
he will
think
be
it would,
starting
to be
last.
honest.
So that's not Pelly spun already. Pelly spun already.
Everybody on hards except for Troy gone for mediums.
Yeah, it's a
So
good
he's
idea.
going to go for a quick start. I hope for a quick start in 8th.
Yeah, if he can get in front of a few of these guys and then box early enough for the hard, he might be able to jump some of them.
Ruti has
Rudi's
left. Do you have him to re-invite? Because
Oh, there's
I don't.
a chance I may. It's not on there. Invites. Probably not. No, I don't. If maybe someone would have seen that and sent him one. He's joined anyway, yeah, he's got
Alright,
back in.
that's fine.
There is quite a big gap in this formation lap back to Eugene's crash, that's why. Jack will catch up. Eugene's back on the grid already.
He may have been disqualified for something I didn't see. We've got quite a big gap in this formation lap.
Yeah, there's a big gap back to Pepin. He's just about to catch up anyway now. Pretty much everyone, I think, is within... Rude's not back in his car yet, so he's going to have to work.
No, it won't be. That'll cause potentially chaos.
He's in the middle of the pack, so we all know what Davids did here a couple of seasons ago.
Well, if it does what mine did at Brazil last season, is that actually it tells you in your car you're not on, all you're doing is controlling a camera and still doing spectator mode.
We'll have to look out for that. Mr. Rage and people behind him. Clarkie's disqualified, he's missed his grid spot.
I'm going to sit on board with Troy just because he's on mediums. I'll let you take the front guys and I'll see how his start goes.
Hopefully it gives me a decent camera. That's not too bad. It's the wrong way though. So Clarkie's been moved back. So's Eugene. Just wait for the lights here. Am I missing something here? Oh, here
there we go.
1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 quite long lights, and we're away. And it looked like that Jerry got a decent start there. He moves over to cut off Macho. Clarkie's moved up in front of Jensen, who bogged down straight away. It looked like everyone got through turn 1 okay, I think.
We've got a spinner at the back. George is round at the back. He's moved up to 5th place. Great starting on the mediums. And he's about to be 4th, I think, because he's up the inside. No, he just couldn't make it. Oh no, Clarkie's run wide. He might now get through on the inside.
There's a lot of cars who are up the inside here. Troy's making a move up the inside of Clarkie there as well on that medium. He's going to have to go the long way round if he wants to stick it though.
He's also going to have to make this tyres work for him quickly if he wants to make anything of this race, because the guys later on a quicker tyres.
We had a yellow flag, but I think
that was judged. And also Pelly's had a moment and Rage has had a moment.
Everyone else though, apart from those back 3, I think they got through that okay. Oh, Jack almost clipped the back of Sean Larry there going through
Troy's got a run on Clarkie down into Stowe, but Clarkie's got better straight line speed, so that's not going to work for him. Although, is Troy going to have a run into the final 2 corners? No, he's decided not to bother. But well, they're all pretty close actually. There's no real gaps opened up on lap 1. Macho's within a 10th of the leader.
Yeah, they've
yellow
stuck.
Flag, and we've got is it Rage?
Yeah, Rage is on the grass.
Macho's gone really wide into the loop, and name changes through into 2nd.
That allowed Clarkie a little bit of a run, but Jerry there, he's almost broken DRS, a name changer there in 2nd. Extremist.
Yeah, that's because name change actually got through into 2nd on Macho, because Macho had a moment in the middle of sector 1.
Georgian Newnick have boxed. Extremist has a penalty. Eugene got caught up in something there as well, so did Pelly. People have moved up. Name changer has moved up 1 space, going on to lap 2. Macho's lost that place just then. Clarkie's up 1. Troy's moved up 3. He is the only runner on the medium compound though. Jensen's down 2. Sev is up 7 from 14th to 7th there.
Oh no, the yellow flag sector 1. We've got that's new Nick round. Oh, Clarkie's been off the road, I think. What's that? There's a car. Yeah, I think Clarkie's just been off the road on the exit of Maggots and Beckett's. Another yellow flag. That's George. It's round. It's not had a great couple of laps, unfortunately.
No, Sev moved. Yeah, Clarkie. He's lost a little bit of time there as well to Macho, so he might have had a.
Yeah, we're fully off the road. He were wide on grass coming onto Hanger Straight, and Troy's now going to be close enough to potentially have a move down into Brooklands here if he can get the exit of the loop right onto Wellington.
Like
he should have a good. Yeah, he should have a great run here down into Brooklands. But has he got the straight line speed? Clarkie's straight line speed. Yeah, his straight line speed looks really impressive. That's going to make him a bit of a bottleneck at this point, because if he's struggling in the slower corners because he's gone for a low rear wing, then there's going to be bits of the track where he's quicker and bits of the track where he's quite a bit slower.
Yeah, Clarkie, even without the DRS there, he managed to stay in front. We'll look at it down the next.
3 covered by less than 7/10 of a second as we head into the back straight. His name change going to be close enough.
Move here.
He needs to get a good run out of Chapel to have any chance. So no, he's not going to be near enough yet.
He might lose his space to Macho. Actually, he got a good run.
Yeah, He didn't get the greatest run out of there. Yellow flag again, that's Rage. At Cops, he struggled twice in qualifying. It looks like he's had another moment there. The straight line speeds of these cars just seem to be negating DRS at the minute. They're not, it's just not powerful enough for them to make any moves with it.
Jensen's sticking on the back of Troy anyway. I mean, they're all within DRS all the way back to, well, 15th. They're all within a second of each other. There's just one massive train here.
Jensen's playing the long game on ERS. Clarkie's nearly burnt through all his energy already. He's down to about 24%. I think that says my eyes are not that good.
Yeah,
Macho's in the 40s, I think. Name Changer in the 50s. Jerry's in the 70s. So yeah, Jensen's the only one at the minute that's got sort of nearly 90% battery.
Yeah, we were right just sticking within the DRS. Well, one of these are going to have to make a mistake, I think, to lose the position. The DRS isn't powerful enough to get them past with some of their straight line speed, like you said. So
yeah, and we're literally down to 14th. Everybody has DRS.
Yeah,
extremist. So like, the only person that's in danger of dropping out of that is Clarkie at the minute. He's at 9/10, so he's just pulled it back to 8/10. He's the only one that's kind of on the bubble at the minute of dropping out of DRS, because once you start getting people dropping out of DRS, that's when you'll start to see some gaps open up.
Is Name Changer going to go for a move? There's slight contact there with Jerry, but Jerry had a little moment as well, so Name Changer's going to send it down the inside. He'll have to go the long way round here.
Into Vale and Club, it's not going to be easy to pass around the outside of there.
Is he going to make a move into turn one here? It looked like he had a...
That would be brave. And also, it wouldn't be particularly smart to make a move in this sector of the track with DRS coming. Now you can, because that's a detection line, so anyway, you can get DRS after it. But this is a case of more setting it up. There. Yeah, he's setting up the exit more than anything there, because he should now get a better run out of this corner on straight. But he's run a little bit wide. Jerry's gone defensive early as we head towards Brooklands, but it's... Oh, he's trying to go around the outside. It was a late defence, but I think just about fair.
It's pretty much brought Macho on the back of him now as well.
Yeah, and it's brought Clarkie back into 5/10 as well. He's allowed that moves, let him get it within DRS. Liam's the first one to drop out of it in 9th.
Yeah, he's got Sean Larry behind him. Sean Larry had a lot of speed around here in quali, so...
Yeah, Liam's now going to be the one that's in danger of being collected by sort of the group of 4 or 5 behind him, because he's just going to have that assistance down the 2 long straight.
Jerry's still got 60%, Name Changer's on 40, so is Macho. Clarkie's only got 30%. Jensen's sticking on the back of Troy, he's got 70% more or less. Troy's on 65. Sean Larry's got past Liam there.
Yeah, that's going to be Liam's issue now. Unless he can stick with Sean Larry and Sean drag him back towards the guys in front, if he's not careful, he will start to be swallowed up by the 2 or 3 cars behind him. Zero's now dropped out of DRS as well, so he's going to be challenged by Nick behind him.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag, that's Rage, and the exit of Stowe, sorry.
Oh, Name Changer's got a penalty, is that 3 seconds? Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Name
it must
Changer's
be.
got a 3-second time penalty.
With how close the field is, unless things spread out in second half at race, that's going to be quite a big detriment right now.
At least.
I mean, as you come out of the Sean Larry isn't really catching Pepin at the minute in first sector, so that he's not really dragging those behind him along with him yet, as Nick goes fastest lap.
Nick's on fresh mediums, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Name Changer's a little bit nearer, but Jerry just seems to have better traction in the middle of Maggots and Beckett's. But Name Changer's got a reasonable run, he might make this, yeah. Jerry's going to have to go really defensive here and push him to the outside at Stowe. This is going to have to go the long way around. Can he make it stick? No, it's just really good. It's just really good car positioning that from Jerry. He's just putting his car in the middle of the road and leaving Name Changer with not many options. That's going to be tight. Great driving between the two of them, leaving space for each, but that move is always going to be difficult to pull off at that angle.
Yeah, it's a great bit of defensive driving there from Jerry, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just defensive driving doesn't need to be aggressive. It's just all about good car positioning.
Clarkey needs to be careful. He's just dropped outside that second gap.
This destroys chance now.
It's just gone down to 9/10, so he might have caught. Oh, he has caught the line. He is going to get DRS anyway. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, just. It'd have been right on the edge.
Sean Larry is catching Pepin as well.
Yeah, he's caught sort of 3 or 4 tenths, and Liam has managed to stick with him and stay within DRS. So if he can do that, that drags Jack and Eugene back along with him. So we end with a top 12 all within DRS again very shortly.
Yep, and Zero's not even that far off from 1.8 as well.
That gap does appear to be going up a little bit. I think Zero is just struggling a little bit with the pace of those ahead of him right now. Name changer again as we're going to Maggots and Beckett's is close, but he's going to have to try and get a little bit nearer on the exit. Oh, Jerry had a little bit of a moment in the middle there. Yeah,
but he's
the exit on Chapel every time. Jerry seems to get a much better drive out of there, which is just protecting him every time. Macho's kind of sitting comfortably. He recharged his battery back up to 70%. He's realised that at the minute there's no really point.
Yeah, the guys in front
there's nowhere to go.
Have 30 odds, so he's doing a good job there. Jensen's on 83%.
Yeah, Clark is burning through his battery to keep up at this point. Up to 17%, 16%.
Jerry's fastest lap there, so he's not actually pulling away from these guys, but he's managing to put fastest lap on the board.
It's an impressive race when a guy sets the fastest lap and the gap behind him doesn't change.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, literally the guy still stuck to his bumper as he was, but he's going out to 6 tenths at the minute.
Name changer only gained he gained almost 2 tenths down that little DRS straight there.
But with the way the straight line speeds are looking, he's going to have to be coming out onto one of these straights within 2 tenths to get a move done. The 3 or 4 tenths that he's behind every time just isn't getting him near enough at all.
Jack and Eugene just overtook Jack. I think Jack might.
Oh, yellow flag. Oh, that's end of the lap. That's Nick.
Oh, they are going to go side by side. Jack's tried to go around the outside, but he couldn't. Eugene just covered it off. They're still in this battle anyway. They're still.
Leaders, we've got the same predicament again, that Jerry gets the better run out of Maggots and Beckett's, and the run to Stowe isn't long enough for name changes to do anything about it, and we'll just stay as we are for another lap. Macho staying as he was, Clarkey doing the same.
This could be good for Troy though, because if he'll box probably earlier than some of these guys, he'll get out of this train.
He's only, well, no, it won't be a problem because the cars behind him are that close. He'll come out in fresh air quite a long way behind. Well, not a long way behind anybody, but he'll have a relatively good gap to those behind. He's going to box, you'd think, around lap 12.
I would say 12,
maybe 13 at most. Everybody's still got the DRS. Sean's not quite.
Nacho's got 100% DRS.
Yeah, he's just realised there's no point pushing at this point. There's nothing to be gained. Have we got a yellow flag in sector 2? That's George, yeah, so as long as he's still moving, that shouldn't cause a safety car.
He's going to stay out the way of everyone. I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah. Oh, his name changer a little bit closer this time, depending on the run get out of Chapel. Probably the closest he's been. The closest he's been though, but he's still, unless he's still lunging to Stowe, he's not going to be near enough. He's going to go for it. Oh, again, good aware driving by both of them to leave the space for each other, but it's just not enough.
He's going to come down the inside.
Oh, he's gone into club. Not quite again. It's great defensive driving.
He's going to send one up the inside into that last corner.
I've seen them both in the pit wall. Oh, that's going to be dicey as well inside of there.
He thought better of that into turn 1 as well. He might send one in. He's going to have to go a long way around.
Again, if he sets this up right now, that was never going to work.
Oh, a bit of contact. This might bring Macho in. Macho's gone up the inside now.
Name changer got that wrong. He should have gone wide on the entry there, and he tried to go underneath him, and it's too tight of an angled corner for that ever to work as a move. And now let the Macho decides it's time to push and see if he can have a go at Jerry.
I mean, he's got 100% ERS.
He used,
so.
yeah, he used a little bit out of there. He might try and push this now. He might have seen units go for this.
I think he'll look to do it under this DRS zone.
Yeah, because he seems to be getting a lot nearer than Name Changer was ever able to in this section. Yeah, he's as close as closer than Name Changer ever was.
Yeah, he should make this.
He's gonna have, but
going around the outside again.
Jerry's put his car in a great place again, and he's forcing him the long way around every time. But Macho will have a great run into the final two corners. But again, great car positioning, and he forces him the long way around, and that's not going to work into Vale and Club because it's too tight. Oh, Macho big snap! Wow.
Is Name Changer going to be able to? No, he can't.
No, he's not close enough. But wow, that was a good catch. But that kind of ends his push on the next straight before it even begins.
Well, he's back to 4.5 tenths now. Sean Larry's dropping back off that gap anyway. He's got Liam all over the back of him as well, who's managed to stay within the DRS. Munich is doing quick things with fastest lap, but he also got a 3-second time penalty.
But again, this time Clark to stay. Oh, Macho's gone really, really wide. This will let Name Changer back up the inside at Woodcock. Macho went really, really wide there. He got totally wrong on the entry into Luffield and Woodcock, and we're back. And Jerry might even escape DRS here, will he? No, just not.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, he's within a 10.
He went slightly wide, cut on the hit the curb.
But it's given him respite for a lap because he knows he'll not get near now until at least this time on the next lap.
Yeah, and with Name Changer behind him as well, I think he knows that he can't overtake him on the straights yet.
I wonder if Troy's going to box this lap. Yeah, Troy's gone in. Yeah, I thought he might try and get out of this little gaggle of cars. It's just because they're all holding each other up at this point.
Yeah, they are.
As much as the pace is strong from everybody, they're all losing each other time right now. It'd be interesting to see where he comes out. He'll come out.
Rude, I think.
Yes, he should do. Although it's the longest pit lane of the year here, so he may not do actually after all this. It's going to be quite tight, that, because it'll take a while. Oh no, he's fine. He's well out. Yeah, he's well out.
And Nick's just gone past him, so he's going to have a lot of free track. Probably about 10 seconds here, at least. Oh, he might actually get caught up with Rude.
Yeah, believe it or not, look, this is what I mean, how long this pit lane is. As much as it looks like he was coming out of the pit lane, he's actually ended up in traffic.
Well, Rude's not in his car, I don't think. And he's come out in front of Pelly.
He's cleared Pelly, which is going to be helpful to him, so he's now got 12 seconds to Nick, so he's got a lot of free air for him now to push and crack on. As back at the front, still for 4 tenths between Name Changer and Jerry.
The guys
Jack's
behind
picked
him.
up a penalty now.
Ooh.
Sean Larry's got a penalty, and Extremist has got a penalty. Name Changer's much closer on the exit of Maggots and Beckett's. But again, Jerry's going to force him the long way at Stowe, and this time we've got Jack's retired. Oh, that's he's not made it anyway. But yeah, that would have been interesting.
Because the yellow flag.
Oh, no, he exited the track at Stowe to keep his foot in it.
Ah, yeah. In fact, that should. I'm surprised it's not a safety car with Jack's. Oh no, he's miles off the road. It won't be a safety car.
Name Changer's really, really going for this time. He's used a lot of energy to get to where he is. Is he going to get past
Macho's
on Wellington
got a good run
Straight?
on them as well.
He's a bit too far back though. His Name Changer going to send it into Brooklyn. It's going to be a late lunge. He's gone for it, but not quite. Will he go on the outside into Luffield? And
he's not going to pull it off again, is he?
Is he going to go for it into Cops? I think he might do, you know.
He's going to have to go around the outside.
Of Cops, which is going to be damn near impossible, to be honest. Ooh, Jerry's now out of battery. Jerry's really been pushing to keep this lead side by side into Maggots and Beckett's. It looks dangerous, yeah, but they both managed to make it through. This should be a pass for the lead though now. It has to be, surely.
That compromised Jerry.
Yeah, it compromised Jerry's badly, and he's no battery. This surely is now the overtake for the lead.
Cool.
Name changes really
grass.
made sure.
He's forced him out wide. And Jerry's just going to have to...
And Jerry's going to box.
Jerry's just boxed.
Oh, no,
he's got a 5-second
in the pit
penalty.
lane. Always possible at this track because it's such a fast entry to such a slow speed at 37 miles an hour.
So no
it's allowed Clarkey to really stick with this pack at this point. Jensen's still sitting there with about 57% battery and just kind of biding his time, I think, at the minute.
Seb's moved up to 5th now. He stayed with these guys. So is Pepin. It was just Sean Larry who just fell out. Where is Jerry going to come out? Because if it's near Troy...
It will be near Troy, as we've seen how slow the exit is of this
Troy's
pit lane.
Coming out of the last corner now. Jerry's...
Not as close as I expected it to be, that.
Thing is, he's on the better tyre as well, isn't he, Jerry?
Yeah, and I would have expected Troy to maybe have gained a little bit more while they were all fighting for them last 2 laps.
Are we going to see a change for the lead here?
He probably was a couple of seconds behind anyway, to be fair, before he boxed, so he's not gained or lost anything at the minute.
We might see a change for the lead here, though.
Oh, yellow flag. Is that an Alpine that's had an incident?
Is that Sev? No, it's not Sev.
It's one of the Alpines, I think it was George. Yeah, we're going to finish the lead. Macho's going to go with the inside.
Macho is up the inside. I wonder if
pretty simple move.
Box to cover off.
Macho's boxed instead.
Macho's, and
Clarkey's in.
Clarkey.
Oh, Clarkey might end up leading. Oh, wow. That looked close to getting that down to the limit.
He almost hit the back of him, didn't he?
Yeah, that got to be on the limit of being speeding in the pit lane. Is Jensen now going to go for a massive push lap? Because Jensen straight away got within DRS of Name Changer. Bearing in mind there was 2 or 3 cars between them.
Yeah, he has.
Before that, and he's literally got DRS instantly.
He used a bit of battery as well. Macho.
Oh, did he get DRS actually? Yeah, he did.
Clarkey almost got past Macho there.
Oh, Pelly speeding in the pit lane, Rage speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, big penalties.
Jensen showing us a purple sector 1 now. I don't know how accurate that is on this game, but we'll go with it as fastest sector of the race.
For him it is, I think. He's almost broken DRS of Seb behind him as well through that sector.
Yeah, he's really decided now's the time to push. He's either going to go an extra lap, or this is his push to box lap. Oh, a little bit wide in the exit of Maggots and Beckett's though.
Macho came over a second behind Jerry as they exited the pit as well. 1.1.
Yeah, that's the undercut. Yeah, both Jensen and Name Changer are in.
Yeah, they have. They're both boxed.
Yeah, both in. Both of the cars slowed down nicely. Seb's in as well. Pepin's in. Sean Larry's carried on. And Clarkey's picked up a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him in that battle that he was in. So Sean Larry's going to lead and for at least a lap, whereas these all going to feed in.
Coming in as well. He's going to box. So Jerry
is heading into the final 2 corners now, and Name Change and Jensen have left their pit boxes along with Sev and Pepin. This is going to be close, I think.
129.5. He's flying.
They're not that close. Where's Troy going to filter out into all this? Because he's the one to watch, because he's been on his tyres a little bit longer, and he's
split them, hasn't he?
He's ended up, yeah, but he was ahead of Jensen. He's lost out to Jensen there on that lap pushed.
The thing is, he's on the hard. I know he's on a better tyre for now. You can see Jensen's straight line speed though at that corner.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Troy in the end. He's ended up losing out a little bit there.
He might be able to pull away from Sev though on this lap.
He's only got a couple of laps though before the medium tyre just becomes, once it gets fully up to temperature, it will just be a much better tyre.
So Sean Larry's leading this in the moment, but he hasn't boxed. He might go for soft. Jerry is still, Macho's within that DRS still, and so is Clark. He's doing very well to stick with these front two, actually. Name change has just fallen off a bit. They will have time penalties, so at the moment Macho looks like if he can stay within that 5 second Jerry's got, so he just needs to kind of stay behind him. And
interesting little side note though, the top 1, 2, 3, 4 cars have all burnt through all the battery. Jensen's still got 30%.
Yes, they have. Sean Larry's just boxed for mediums. He's going to filter out into this somewhere as well.
Clarky with fastest lap.
Pepin's got 60% ERS. Yeah, Troy lost out to Jensen there. Jensen needs to get a bit closer to Name Changer here. Name Changer's falling off of these front three a little bit. In saying that, he's just gained 2 tenths, so...
But I'm pretty sure he's lost out to Clarky. He must have had a moment there. He's lost out to Clarky, surely. Clarky wouldn't have been ahead of Name Changer. Yeah, he's had a moment there somewhere.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he must have.
And Clarky also now has a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, Macho's the only one without one in those top 3 at the moment. Those penalties could give Jensen a podium here.
So everybody's now made their pit stop that they have to make.
Yes, they have, and I think the only
so
person
there should
on
be no more. Pepin, the next person to pick up a time penalty. Are we going to have a change for the lead ahead? Macho's close. Send it to the inside of the store. Yeah, that's going to be moved on onto entry of store.
Without a penalty as well, he can try and push his...
Without a penalty, he doesn't really need to do much. Break DRS and just bring it round, because the next 3 cars is basically his next nearest actual challenger is now Jensen when you base it on penalties, and he's 0.8, 2.1, he's 2.8 seconds behind him, nearly 3. So with the buffer he's got,
catching these guys though.
Yeah, because they're beginning to fight and battle. Yellow flag, that is George, sorry. Jensen's in DRS now. Name changer might be by the next one because he's only half a tenth outside it.
I think he will if he burns his battery up here. None of these guys at the front of battery. Jerry's got 16%. Everyone else is on 0 until you get to Jensen at 29. Troy's falling away.
Name changer hasn't got into DRS. He lost a tenth, if anything. Clarky's car looks really nicely hooked up through that middle sector.
Name changer just gained a tenth and a half on him through there though.
But Clarky gained on the car ahead.
Yeah, he did.
So that's just... If Macho breaks this DRS, and that is a big if, because it's not going to be easy, the other cars behind might start to pounce on Jerry. Thing is, Jensen's played the long game, but there's only 8 laps
Jerry's
left.
had a massive snap. Clarky's gonna go up the inside of him, I think, as well. He's gonna have to try and go around the outside, but Jerry had a massive snap on turn 1, and Clarky's just gonna drive around the outside of him, I think. Yeah, he is.
And Clarky's got the DRS.
So name changer is now definitely within DRS. So is Jensen.
Yellow flag, sector 3, that's George.
That's not in the pit though, so there's a safety car.
Oh, safety car, oh wow.
Is anyone going to go for the softs here?
It's pushing it for softs. No, it won't be, because there'll only be sort of 6 laps left, but you're risking giving up a lot of track position, there's been a massive DRS train for this whole race. So making moves isn't going to be easy.
That's it. First down to 12th isn't even that far, I don't think.
The only person who might is Jerry, just to get rid of his 5-second penalty, but he's probably going to lose more than 5 seconds on track by doing it.
He's going to lose. If he boxes, he comes out 14th, 13th.
Yeah, which is going to be, he's going to lose more than 5 seconds. Oh, Macho's going for it. Clarkey didn't.
Oh, a few of them.
Jerry did. Name Changer did. Jensen didn't. Troy did. Sev didn't. Pepin didn't. Eugene did. So we've literally got a 50-50 split here of people going and not going.
Sev has stayed out as well. So's Pepin. Yeah, Pepin stayed out. Troy's gone in. Eugene's gone in. Sean Larry's carried on going. Liam's carried on going as well.
So Jerry's going to serve his 5-second penalty, and like you say, he's going to come out probably last of the cars that are around him. He's jumped a couple actually that have had to stop as well.
That was a little bit naughty.
Are you watching things happen?
Yeah. Let me
Anyway, so Clarkey doesn't stop, has a 3-second time penalty, leads behind the safety car. Jensen now second, both on reasonably fresh mediums. They've only done about 5 laps. In fact, we don't need to guess, we can look. Yeah, Jensen's tyres have done 4 laps, Sev's have done 4, Pepin's have done 4, Sean Lowry's have only done 3.
The Metro came out 8th. That's not actually that bad. Right. Oh,
But
Jerry and Troy have put mediums on.
that's...
So's Nick.
I'm not sure why you would do that, but okay.
Jerry must have had... Oh no, he had a 5-second time penalty to remove, didn't he? That's why he's lost out on...
Yeah, I get that, but
Eugene
why
and
would you go
Name
to the mediums? I don't get why anybody would stop and put
I'm not
mediums on
sure.
there.
Macho, Name Changer and Eugene have gone for soft. So's Extremist, Nick and Pelly.
Unless they've all done 3 runs in quali and didn't have any fresh softs.
Maybe, because Nick and Mr. Rage have also got mediums on.
They must not have had any fresh softs, they must have used them all.
So the guys who've stayed out, this is great for them. Especially Jensen now and Sev, because they don't have any penalties.
And the problem for the likes of Macho and Name Changing now is, yes, you've got the fresh tyres, but you've now got to make a lot of overtakes.
Yeah, and they'll only have... It's going to stay out for this lap. Someone's just crashed. Is that Pelly? Yeah.
You're going to have 5 laps, which gives you 3 laps of DRS. We've seen how bad the DRS train is and people not getting through, so that are their chances to make overtakes actually pre-DRS? And they've got to try and force their way through from there. Sev's really revving his engine, trying to burn off some fuel in the middle of this safety car. But the problem they've also got is by the time they clear Zero, Liam, Sean, Larry, Pepin, how far is Jensen going to have got off the road? If he clears Clarkey pretty quickly, how far is he going to be gone before they get to him?
Yeah, I'm surprised with Name Changer's box though, because he had that penalty, didn't he? He's got 3 seconds, so...
Yeah, so he's now got to do even more.
Yeah, he does.
Jerry's makes sense because he clears his 5-second penalty in a way, but he's now got a lot of work to do to get back to anywhere near where he probably would have finished. Macho should clear Pepin and Sean Larry due to penalties, but oh, another lap. This is even worse for the safety car runners, for the soft tyre runners, sorry.
Yeah, we won't come in this lap. There's still 2 cars in sector 2, unless it calls it stupidly late.
Which is now 2 laps of DRS.
Imagine if it just peeled in the pit.
If it did it now, we've got an issue because it's going to hit a wall.
Yeah, these people have stayed out, have done very good things. It's opened the door for Jensen to get a podium. He was struggling here today, not being able to get past the...
I think he's opened the door for Jensen to win, actually, because of Clarkey's penalty.
Yeah, pretty much. Depends on how hard Sev battles, though, because he's on for a potential win as well now. If he clears
Yeah, he is.
Jensen, he's on for a win. So
Yeah. The battle is now. You've got 4 laps and 3 guys on soft tyres, and what they can do. If they clear the likes of Sean, Larry, Liam, and Zero quickly, they've got a chance. But if they get stuck for a lap, that pretty much ends the chances of getting top 3. I think. Because they're only going to have 3 laps. If they don't clear them on lap 1, they've got 3 laps to clear 7 cars.
Yeah, they have to clear Liam and Zero quite quickly, don't they?
Yeah.
At least. But name change with that penalty.
Macho's got to be looking at 3. Macho on lap 1's got to be looking at passing 3 cars, I think.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, it gets difficult to get a top 3 from there.
It should come in this lap. I mean, technically it can do 1 more. Because I think it's only done 3.
I would expect it in. I think the 2 guys behind will catch up in time, and
Yeah,
I just
you
think
would
it will.
think so.
I think it will call it in anyway with only 4 laps left. But we
Depends
shall
on Clarkey
see.
goes as well. Clarkey is.
If Pelly hasn't caught up by Stowe, the chances are it won't call it in. Oh, stage car in this lap, it's decided anyway that that's enough is enough.
So we'll see how Macho gets on. We'll see how Clarkey and Jensen get on, and Sev. Sean Larry's had a pretty decent race actually for being where he is at the moment, but it does literally come down to the restart, and
Clarkey's gone.
Clarkey's gone already. He caught Jensen out slightly. It's already on 7/10.
Yeah, he's really
caught
caught them
a
on the
few
hop
out
there.
actually.
Yeah.
I'll go back to interval, see how many actually missed out. Liam has missed out massively. It's 1.3 seconds. Mr. Rage at 3
This
second time penalty.
helps the soft tyre runners. Oh, no, Macho, no. Oh, that's...
that
luckily
before-
not caught on stream, but caught well before the line.
The line is quite high up. If you look at the map, it's literally just around the corner.
Yeah, he passed him on the entry to the final corner.
Oh, name changer and no, it was Eugene and Zero.
Yeah.
They had contact, which has allowed Jerry to come through and Troy behind. No one was close enough at the front. Macho has made a big move down the inside
that's a
of
great
Liam
move.
there.
Now the race is on for Macho. Oh, he's had a big snap on the exit of Woodcock.
He's managed to hold it though, and he's not getting caught by Liam there.
But he's now 2 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's got to try and find that gap back, doesn't he?
He's going to have 3... He's basically got to put in 3 qualifying laps at this point.
Well, he's on the right tyre for it. But then these guys are going to have DRS on the... Oh, Sean Larry going to make a move on Pepin here. Pepin had a bad exit. Name changes got past Liam there coming out of sector 2. Sean Larry's going to look up the inside and he makes contact with Pepin and he's going round.
That helps Macho. Because that's another place gained without him to really do much for that one.
I think there was enough room there. I think Sean Larry just went in a bit too hot and he got caught up. Yeah, yellow flag, I think everyone's okay.
Nick had a spin, I think. Now Macho's got 1.6 seconds to catch up to Pepin. Well, if he catches 7th, then he'll get back in with the DRS for when it comes on next lap. Jensen hasn't made the big attack on Clarkey. Is he just sitting with him, knowing the 3 seconds will give him the win?
Jerry trying to make a move on, is that Liam? Liam, he's going to go side by side. Through sector 2, you can see he's straight. Oh, there's a third. His teammates joined him as well. Troy joined them in the middle. I think he might have to try and go around the outside.
Yep, he has done.
He's
going to be really wide. He'll get a really good run off that corner. A really good run at that line.
I think he might have just caught up with
spun.
Liam. Yeah, I think he just caught Liam. There was slight contact and sent Liam off a bit. Seb's still staying within this second.
Macho and name change nearly in the DRS now.
Yeah, only 1.1 seconds. I don't think it's activated this lap anyway. No, it's not.
No, but I mean, I'm just ready for next lap. I mean, once they get there. Sev's not managed to make any inroads on Jensen.
No, he almost fell out of DRS as well. Clarkie's doing very well though to hold first place anyway. Eugene is fastest lap at the moment. That's on that soft tyre, isn't it? Yeah. He's sitting just behind Name Changer and Macho. He's probably going to move up 2 places as well by the time all the penalties sort themselves out.
Did Macho drop out of DRS there? He
Yeah,
did.
he hasn't
Macho
got
didn't.
it.
He didn't get it.
Ooh, he is within.
He's now within it, but that one straight without it could make it difficult to get top 3 now.
Yeah, there's only 1 lap after this.
Oh, he's nearly gone. He's caught it, but now Name Change is going to have a really good run into cops. He's going to try and go around the outside and go the long way. That's not going to be easy, but he's actually done it before they've got there. Wow, move complete before they even got to cops.
Macho is going to gain 2 places here, though. He'll jump back in front of Name Changer and Pepin. He is close enough to that gap.
But them two just having that
Name
little
Changer's
squabble.
flying. He's just caught up about 5-6 tenths through that sector to the guys in front.
But it's not going to be enough.
No, it won't be. Not with his penalty. He might be able to get 4th. Clarkie's penalty, I think, puts him far enough on Macho as well. Let me go to leader. Macho is 3.2 seconds behind Clarkie, who's got a 3-second time penalty. So if he can somehow close up
Yellow flag sector 3. That's an Alpha Tower. Name Change just picks up another penalty.
It'll be Macho then. If Macho can gain 3 tenths here on the leader, he's going to take 3rd. All Jensen has to do is really sit behind. He's got 40-odd% battery. Sev's going to come under maybe a bit of pressure, but I don't think Pepin's going to push too much. All Pepin has to do is stay. He might lose out on 2 or 3 places here actually, because Eugene's very close to the back of these guys, and so's Jerry.
Clarkie's holding on to this right now, only by a 10th, but he is holding on. He'd still get 3rd, yellow flag sector 1.
That is...
Not sure, but I'm going to focus on Macho's splits now, because he's got to find best part of 2 tenths in a sector.
Jensen could disrupt Clarkie here into the last corners.
It's now still 3 points. He doesn't have the straight line speed. He's no battery, that's why. Pepin's past Sev, or is he?
He is.
Which is not really going to change anything for Pepin because of the penalty he's got. And Clarkie's going to do it, 3.2, 3. Oh no, down to 2.8. Did Clarkie have a moment on the final corner? Oh no, he's done it. He's all right. Just.
Macho's almost just a 10th outside. Jensen wins then. Sev is 2nd. Clarkie's 3rd. That takes the podium. Macho's 4th attempt. So the soft tyre pretty much almost worked. It's just that that one straight, like you said, without DRS, is that pretty much that 10th.
Yeah.
Quite was very close in the end. Driver of the day from the game is Sev. To be fair, he did actually have a decent race.
Yeah, he did really well there.
Finish off this. So Jensen was 1st, Sev 2nd, Clarkie was 3rd, Macho 4th, Eugene was 5th, Jerry was 6th, Pepin 7th, Troy 8th, Name Changer 9th, Sean Larry 10th, Zero 11th, Nick was 12th, Pelly 13th, Mr. Rage 14th, Ruti was 15th, Munich was 16th, Liam was 17th, the Extremist was 18th, George DNF'd in 19th, and Jack was a DNF as well. Fastest lap was Eugene, 1:28.4 on that soft compound. I will try and send an invite to Jensen and Clarkie and see if he can bring in the other guy. Okay, Clarky I don't have, so it's going to have to be Jensen. Adam usually does this, you see, Rob.
I think I might have Clarky, you know. Yes, I do.
Try and get him in to talk to him anyway. It was a good race in the end. Almost worked for the soft runners. The guys who put mediums on it didn't really work for them. I'll give him 5 minutes anyway. But before the pit stops, it did look like Jerry and Macho were going to fight out for the first 2 spots there, but pitting and doing that, it didn't really help in the end. Clarky's joined. We could start with Clarky. Yeah, we will. Clarky, well done on, well, first on track, and a very good P3 in the end. I guess the safety car, I mean, you were in that train. That train was literally the front 12 drivers, but you managed to hold on to Jensen's DRS throughout that race, and on the restart you seemed to pretty much pull away slightly, which definitely helped. You must be happy anyway with a podium.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a brilliant race from my end. I'd say it's kind of a return to HOR because I've not really raced here this season. But yeah, really good in the end. I think yeah, it's nice to be back racing at the front. I've been absent from the front for a little bit as people might be aware, but yeah, it's good to be back. It was a shame about the train, really. I mean, I had some epic straight line speed running really low wings. I think Jensen would have probably noticed that when he was following behind me, because the speed that he managed to gain in the corners, especially through Maggots and Beckett's, was unreal. But yeah, the car felt really good. A lot better than Monday, where I had that unfortunate spin just after sector 1. But yeah, it was a lot more hooked up tonight.
You know, it's very good because, I mean, even without that safety car, you were definitely in for a great drive anyway. Like I said, you were keeping within Jensen's DRS, which not a lot of people can say they've done this season, to be fair, seeing as he's been on the podium every week. But like you said, you're back racing with the front guys now. And yeah, I mean, you basically won on track anyway if you didn't have your penalty. So P3 is still a great effort.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shame about the penalty. I mean, it was turn 1 where I got my warnings, just turning in a little bit too soon. And yeah, the safety car it did help my race, but yeah, I don't think I'd have been able to make up the positions without the safety car. So it was lucky that people were boxing, following Macho in P2 before he I think it was Macho in P1.
Yeah, it was Macho was P1 when he boxed.
Yeah, selling him a little bit of a dummy. I don't know if that helped him to go into the box, but yeah, I was P2 for the majority of it before the safety car, so it was a good race.
Yeah, no, great effort. Do you want to add anything, Rob?
No, I think you pretty much covered it, but yeah, it was a brilliant race to watch. I mean, without the penalty, there's no way I don't think they're ever beating you, because like you say, your straight line speed was immense. And there's no way on that sort of track when you've got, 3 straights that high, into high speed corners, there's just no way they're ever going to pass you, is there?
Yeah, no, it's a great track, is Silverstone. I'd say it's one of the best on the calendar for myself. And yeah, as you say, it's just a shame about the penalty, but yeah, I mean, I'll review and then go into the next race even faster, hopefully.
I don't actually know where you guys are next week. That's a good question.
It's France.
Yeah, it's France. France,
then there's Belgium sprint.
oh, Belgium sprint. That's like 11 laps. That's funny.
That'll be very good.
Yeah, it
That'll be a
will.
good race.
I think we'll. driver of the day, Rob. Do you have anyone?
It
Come
has
on,
to.
you know you want to.
I do, and I would, but Sev came from 14th to finish third,
Yeah, he did very well, didn't he?
and that's just impressive from a guy who's never raced in HOR to do that on race one. I think is pretty impressive. So I think I'd have to give it him, to be honest.
That's fine. Sev driver of the day. Fastest lap was Eugene, and I forget who was on pole now, but Jensen will sort that out later. I will join you guys next week where we are at France. Chris will be back for P0 on Sunday, which will be at Austria. Right.